like a bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here. I got time.
Hi everyone, welcome to Freebird Spirit YouTube channel. Thanks for swinging by and checking this out. Today we're just going to be looking at the cards that I created. It's the Freebird Spirit Lenormand Plus cards. That means that you have the 36 traditional Lenormand cards and plus 16 oracle cards, plus one extra child cards with keywords. So let's get started. Today I'm going to show you a few different spreads that you can use using all the cards together. However, that being said, if you want to keep them separate, that's okay too. But these are just a couple spreads that I like to use with the Lenormand, and I'll give you some tips and tricks on how to do a short 5-card spread and how to read it traditionally, the Lenormand way of reading as well. So let's get started. As you see here, we have the cards, and they're all shuffled and cleared before I even start any readings, but I always give it a few shuffles with the question in mind. And so we're just going to make up a question right now about, let's say, how is that trip? Is there anything that I need to be aware of on this trip that's coming up for me? And again, I'm making this up, so is there anything I need to be aware of, or just kind of an overall feel of how is it going to go, I guess? So let's go ahead and take a look. So I'll shuffle a few times, and then what I'll do here is I'll catch my finger in here, and where it stops is where I'm going to cut the deck in half here. Now I'm going to be doing a 5-card spread here. Now you don't have to do it like I am doing, but I always start with the middle card, and the middle card to me, in how I set this up, is the theme card. And the theme card is the overall energy of the entire reading, the theme card. So here's the theme card about this trip. So I have the tree here in the middle. Then I'm going to start over at the beginning, so where it would start here and then end here, okay? So I know it's different, but this is how I do it. You can just throw 5 cards down and that's fine. So, and you can see here's a Lenormand card and here's one of the oracle cards. So far I have that going on. And then I go here. Oops, sorry. Then I turn my deck over and go from the bottom. And there is the 5 cards. Okay, so let's go ahead and read those 5 cards. I think they're all in here so you can see them clearly. Good. So I'm going to start here with the theme card, and you have the tree. And it's so nice on these cards that they do have the keywords here. Now, and they also have the, if you're really in depth with the, or really taking the Lenormand way of reading, you have the 7 of Hearts here as well, that you can add more of layered reading there with this. But the tree basically is like, it's gonna be a pretty stable trip, and it's gonna basically be good. It's gonna be a lot about family and networking, and that is all good of the overall theme. And And so no matter what happens, we have a very good, strong trip of family and networking and health. So that's good. Then after I get a overall feeling with this, I'll go over here and start reading it in a traditional Lenormand way. So it says, don't push the river. Now, this is the initial energy coming into the reading here. Don't push the river. So to me, that means like, you know what? It's going to be important that you kind of go with the flow during this whole trip. And, but, you know, so overall, having to go with the flow with the whole trip reading across. Now, in traditional Lenormand, you're going to read these two cards together, and then you're going to read this card together, and then you're going to read these two cards together like that. And you continue to kind of do that, reading the cards together. And I'll explain that in a minute, more in depth if you're not. I'm not teaching you how to do Lenormand, but I'll give you some hints, okay? Tricks, whatever. So you're looking here, don't push the river, kind of going with the flow type of deal with the clover. And so be open, because there's going to be some opportunity here coming in, something that you might not be prepared, like you didn't know was coming. So this is good. So again, staying in that spirit of just kind of going with the flow, it just really does open up that more of a joyful feeling with travel. Also, depending on the reading and the reader, if you had plans of networking and meeting up with people, it's important to understand, you know, that as long as you don't really push things, you know, push the envelope, so to speak, that it's going to be a much happier time there. Okay. So now I'm going, you know, don't push the river. And again, we already kind of talked about that. Allow things just to play out, and just a spirit of love, lead with love type of thing. Just go with the flow. It's going to work out so much better for you. Then we go into this read here, don't push the river, with the Sith. Because things may not, so if you had some plans, they might be cut short, or they may not go through. So they're just saying, you know, it's okay, it's all good, it's all good. Things might not, if you plan to go to the zoo on this trip, the zoo might fall through for whatever reason. So they're just asking you to go with the flow with that, right? Then you have the book coming in at the end here, and that's kind of like there's some unknown things going to take place. And so, you know, as far as what to look for, that was part of our question. There's going to be some unknown things that kind of take place that might disrupt your trip, but that's okay. Just go with the flow, because we have this energy too, right? So we have, this is all coming before these. So that means it lessens the impact of this. So if you have the clover and the tree before the Sith and the book, it lessens the impact of the Sith and what's going on here. That means it's not as bad. If you had the Sith here, that would really be more of an impact to what's going on. This means this is a huge disruption. In fact, you might not even be going on the trip, but don't just go with that flow, because there's going to be another opportunity to come forward. So do you see how that kind of changes the whole feel of that? And that's kind of how you would read these together. So you're always reading these together. So, and then, you know, like that. So we'll put it back in place so you can take a look again at that. And yeah. So let's see. Yeah, either way, this is actually better for you when you're looking at the clover with these, right? So it's always a little bit better. It's going to be better for you that these changes happen in the long run. All right, so that's a simple 5-card throw for Lenormand, and how I incorporated, well, in this throw, we only had one of the oracle come through that would be different than these. And we're going to throw again, so we get another opportunity to see it play out. But let's see. There's one more thing. So remember, the first throw, the middle card, whether you throw it like I do or not, the middle card would be the overall theme. And that's how I do it. All right. Okay, so let's move on. And when I put my cards back in, I always plop them in like totally separated out. Because especially when I'm reading like live stream, because I'm going to be going right back in and doing another throw, and I would like it to be as simple as possible. The great thing about these cards actually is that they shuffle really easy, guys. They shuffle really easy. I don't do this on lives because it could be loud for people. So, okay, so let's do another. We'll do one more 5, and then I'm going to show you quickly a 3 by 3 by 3 reading. Just quick like. Okay, so the next question would be, how can I be a best encouragement to my loved one, to my family, whatever, a person in your family. But I'm just gonna say, how can I be the best encouragement? Advice for how can I be encouraging for this person? Okay, so you're gonna see my fingers catching on this. I'm doing the split and starting from the top, but the first one goes right in the middle. And you have the man, and then I'm going over here to the first one. Oh, look at that. The tree came up again, and then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going from the bottom. So this one I didn't get any oracle, but sometimes, and here's another tip, sometimes I'll see it, and I'm looking at the bottom, and I see that I feel there's more to the story. Intuitively, I know that these cards come with it. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in until I feel I'm supposed to stop. Okay, and now I feel I'm supposed to stop. So that's a trick that I do. At the bottom of the deck, the story keeps going. Intuitively, I know there's more to the story, and so I keep throwing until I'm told to stop. Okay, but we're going to start here as you normally would. And so you see the theme. It has to do with a person in your life. And now it could be a female, although it says man. So most likely it's a man or someone with more of the masculine feel to them. So a lot of times in this deck, if you're dealing with women partners, because there's only one woman and one man in this deck, this could represent your partner, whether it's a male or female. The same goes if you have 2 male partners that are you're reading on. Yeah, so that's kind of how that goes. All right, so here's the theme. And this is so if this person comes down into the theme of it, that just means really this is all about this person. So let's see more about that. Okay. So starting here, we have the pathways. So this person seems to be at a crossroads about something, possibly looking at a new opportunity of some kind, and in a position of having to make some choices. Okay. So looking at this, what kind of choices next to the tree, it helps you understand, okay, well, maybe looking for a new job, are they networking? However, I'm not going to go that direction with this because I feel like they may be looking for because this is more of a family feel with this than work. And I don't have any other real work cards here. So you can kind of look around and see, no, I just feel it has more about making some changes within the home for this person. Are they planning on leaving? So this may, so you're looking at here, they're looking at possibly making a move away from the family here. Because, however, that being said, since the whip and the mice are on this side of the reading, it lessens the blow. So I don't feel like they're like looking to break up or anything like that. Also, what this is bringing in is that there's some possible health issues. Okay, so this also can talk about health. So you break it down like that. You can see how I'm processing that. Of course, when I'm looking at it, it's going really fast in my mind. I'm going, oh, okay, well, yep, I see. Okay, in my head. But I'm just trying to do it out loud for you guys. So now that I've broken it down, and it very slowly, but it will go faster for you. There's a health issue that has come up, and this person's needing to make some decisions on what to do in regards to it. Now, when you look over here with the whip here, is this due to, and this is where it helps when you are reading with someone and you have some reference points, because this could bring in, this person's been dealing with addiction, or, working hard on something in regards to health, but we don't know what it is. And then looking here, this is anxiety and stress, and so, and also saying, it's important to pay attention to the details. The mice also represent to me little health issues, and working with that, but not huge. This is not a huge deal, but needing to make some choices to better their health, like that. So you can see how this can go a lot of ways. Now, they had me keep going here at the bottom. And so it's telling me that this person is brave enough to see what's going on and to make some healthier, some better health choices for themselves. So if I look at this whole thing, I'm seeing that literally it's possible that this person needs to make some healthier eating choices, a better pathway with their eating choices, because it's not doing well for their health, heart health, it looks like. So making these positive changes, so brave enough to see that this is going on. He's going to need to make better choices. He's brave enough to see this and bring in recovery and for his heart health. And it's going to be a positive change for them as they move forward if they make these better health choices, eating or like that. So that's how you do a 5-card reading, and then turn it over, and you see there's more to the story that can bring forward. Okay. Okay, we've gone 20 minutes already, and I still wanted to do a 9-card spread here. I'm gonna go ahead and do it because this is more of a learning video. And if you're in here watching this, you do want to learn some stuff. So going, going 30 minutes is going to be okay for you. So as I put the cards back in real quick here, I'm going to go ahead and think of a question for the 9-card spread. Okay, I'm making up a name. And I'm going to make up I'm making up somebody. Let's make up somebody. Lucy. We're going to say Lucy. What does it look like for Lucy over the next 2 months? What does it look like for Lucy over the next 2 months? Okay, so I have a special way of throwing these the 9-card spread here, the box spread. But you do it how you want to do it, okay? But I'll show you how I do it anyway, okay? So I cut my finger here. I cut it in half. Okay, so the middle card of the 9 spread is the theme card, and generally about the querent, okay? So this is about Lucy. This is Lucy. The middle card is Lucy and her current situation. So here's Lucy. All right. So Lucy has the stork. Okay, so all the cards here on this side come from the top of my deck. Again, you can do it how you want, but I'll show you top of my deck. All the cards on this side. And again, you'll find your own way of doing it. I have to do it my way or I get weird, okay? So it comes from the bottom. This part comes from the bottom of the deck. The next row is the top row I go. And then the bottom. Oh, it's not quite in there, is it? We'll do the best we can. Okay, so you see there's a 9-card spread here. The middle is the querent. This is Lucy. So it looks like she's making some positive changes in her life. She's going through some transitions, and it doesn't always, transitions and changes are not always easy, as we know. So they're asking her just to breathe because it's a little stressful. We have some movement happening here with her, and this right here is right around her. This is like immediately surrounding her right now. So there's a lot of movement. She's heard some messages, but it's all positive for her, but it still is a little stressful. So she's being asked just to breathe. Okay. Then we're going to look here right above her. And this represents, oh gosh, like, it's on her mind. This is presently right on top of her, right? And so you have right above her, you have the child. So we have both the child cards here. So Lucy may have 2 children, or this is just in regards to other ways to read, taking small steps or, like that. This is a more of a learning phase for her, and that's good. So you can read the child card, whether she has children. I have a male and a female card, so you can read it like that as well. But in this reading, I'm seeing it's more of not really about a specific child. And that I'm reading because of the other cards. All right, so that's right above her. Then we have reading across here, we have Freebird, which is the goddess card, and more of a spiritual awakening type a situation here, and in a learning phase. And then you're moving into the dog energy here. And so when you're reading across here with all of these, it just looks like spiritually there's a new phase coming in, and she's stepping into something new for Lucy's stepping into something new for herself, and expanding her awareness, expanding her abilities, psychic abilities, and metaphysical type of thing. And then you're moving into here. And so it looks like there's some guidance coming in for that. So she may be seeking some guidance, spiritual guidance here for herself that's coming in. And that's right above her. Below her, you're looking at this energy here. And this, it hasn't come into play yet, right? So it's energy that she's not aware of that will be a part of this. It's like this is coming in. She's just not aware of it yet. This is all in her awareness here. This is someone coming in, and this is the Oracle card hugging you. So I just feel like I also see this card as being wrapped up in something. So she'll be wrapped up in this new creative, playful energy coming in, and learning to trust the communication that's coming in for her. So this is absolutely a spiritual reading for Lucy. And if you're Lucy, and if that's not your name, but this message is for you, even though I'm just teaching the cards, please take this message for you. Spirit is wrapping you up. You're being asked to trust the creative process and open up to the communication coming in from your guides. Okay, so that energy, she hasn't quite got there. She's still here, but that is coming into play. So let's take a look at this some more. We have, we're going to read, and this is called knighting. So it's like playing chess. So anything that goes one, we start here 1, 2, and 3. This is a knight's move in chess, right? So anywhere you can do that, that's a connection, and that's a deeper part of the reading. You also can read the corners. There's so many ways you can read this, but you also can read the corners, connect the corners, right? And you also can do past, present, future, so you can add that into the reading as well. And then so you can see the depths that you can take this reading by all those different moves, right? So so you can see here that she was kind of given a call, a message, and kind of opened up her abilities, and saw that she had that she could move in this direction. She could move in this, right? And then in present, she's like, oh, okay, how do I do this? How can I progress? This is something new for me, and this is super positive, and taking little steps to figure that out currently. And in the future, you see her connecting in with spirit and her guides. Here's this dog is her guides, a guide dog, right? And just breathing and moving, ebbing and flowing through messages as they come through. So that's a perfect examples of past, present, and future. So let's take a little further. We have some knighting here. So we have Freebird, child, and dog. And so again, that's bringing in that God, trusting your guides as they bring in the messages, right? As you move in your true, as you align with your true self here in bringing messages forward and hearing them and moving in that realm. Okay, so then we're going to look at here. We have hugging you, child, and birds. They're really wanting to get this, that you are just wrapped up into this whole thing and connected in, and it's okay to take baby steps here, small steps. Look at it as a joy and fun, and release any anxiety that could be coming with that. It's important. And continue to talk and find new ways to partner up with communicating. There's all different kinds of ways to communicate and build your dictionary here. So this is what that's saying. Then you see, here's another way of knighting. You have just breathe and hugging. You have Freebird, just breathe, hugging you. I love this knighting in that it's just like, this is literally a natural part of you, and you are this person, this empathic, generous, awakened, intuitive, magical healer. You're courageous, inclusive. So so just breathe. You are in this, and they are hugging you. You are united in this, okay? And then you see this knighting as well, right? So see? So the birds, the rider, and the dog. So again, messages coming in clearly from your guides. Be ready. So I hope you enjoyed this little introduction to the Freebird Spirit Lenormand Plus cards, and a little bit on some ideas of how to read them. This is a perfect message for all of you that are reading this. You can do this. Yeah, you've got this. You've got this. It's just a new way to communicate and bring messages through these cards. So blessings to you, and I am hugging you all, and we'll see you again.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit